Here we have it, the new MacBook Pro 14-inch, and the packaging looks pretty similar to last year's, without the wrapping paper all around it though. This is what Apple now calls a 90% or more fiber-based packaging, which feels exactly the same as previous gens. Turning it around, we have the usual barcodes towards the center now and the specs on the machine in the same place, but I know you guys are most excited for what's inside. So in here, at first sight, we have the all-new redesigned MacBook Pro, in a very similar paper to what we are accustomed to with last year's model. Pulling it out of the box and taking this paper off, I can already feel the difference in weight and design. Funny enough, the reason as to why I ripped the paper is because with this new round edge in the front, I thought I was still on the paper itself. But I mean, just look at this. The new MacBook Pro 14-inch in space gray with the M1 Pro of course. Putting this aside, oddly enough, the box still has that Apple smell like with any previous Mac products. Inside, Apple has included the guides in a much larger factor form and continue delivering the Apple stickers as always, this time in black. Quite cool. Moving on, we have this new charging brick that delivers up to 67 watts. Just know that if you are on an M1 Max CPU, it seems like you might be getting a 96 watt power adapter instead. The new USB-C to MagSafe 3 cable looks great with a length of 2 meters in total and great thickness to it, leaving us with the fact that Apple replaced the old USB-C cable from the previous gen, which makes me super happy because I was so excited to see MagSafe making its comeback. Besides, this cable is nicely braided similar to the iMac's power brick cable. Just note that if you don't want to use this, you can always use the Thunderbolt ports to charge it. Putting it all aside, it's time to dive into this new MacBook redesign. Opening this up, the MacBook started automatically for me. Inside, you'll find the usual paper that protects and reveals the screen, and from the get-go, I can say the hinges feel already different. I think this is due to the new design that Apple brought to the table, although it could be all in my head. And honestly, this looks so much better than last gens. The notch in my opinion looks way better than on paper, and to put things into perspective, it is sort of close in size compared to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I'm personally a fan. Let me know with a hashtag notch if you actually like it. Moving down, the keyboard is what truly captivated me with this all new black anodized aluminum inset. And no matter which model you order, there's no longer a touch bar integration within. The function keys now include Siri, dictation, new shortcuts for Spotlight and Do Not Disturb, and obviously the usual shortcuts for brightness, media playback, volume, and a new design for the fingerprint ID. Reads your finger like a charm as always and is still quick, but this time I find it more convenient to use. But as cool as this all looks, I wanted to try the keys themselves. What do you think? Travel seems about right and they do feel a tad different from the first gen's M1s. Trackpad is huge as always and I wasn't expecting anything different here until I tried it. Way different in terms of touch and haptic feedback, I mean, just hear this. Moving towards the sides, a 6-speaker sound system with larger tweeters apparently, and by design, these do seem larger in size on this chassis, which just explains why they sound so good. Oh, and no more MacBook Pro logo underneath the display. Okay, so let's take a bigger look at this chassis. First, we finally have the return of additional ports like the HDMI port, SD card slot, and MagSafe. And because I was curious, I plugged MagSafe in and tested it. Didn't go so well, the power brick actually came off the wall. And it's because I think that the magnet on this is as strong as the one on the iMac. In fact, it comes off easily if you push it up or down, so I tried stepping on it. Turning it all around, I'm guessing Apple thought moving the MacBook Pro label fitted better underneath. However, this time it's engraved on the chassis. We now have rounded corners, a thicker, more robust enclosure that Apple declares to be made with 100% recycled aluminum. Unlike the previous gen, the display enclosure actually surprised me because even this is thicker, leading to the fact that it feels solid. I honestly invite you guys to pass by your local Apple store because both of these devices feel different to the touch. Different from the 13-inch M1 Pro, I realized the exhaust grills are not only in the back but also on the sides. However, because I'm a bit of a systems hardware freak, I took my Torx screwdriver and tried opening it up. Right away, I realized how tight these were, so it was practically impossible. Regardless, I wanted to see how the enclosure was designed to optimize internal space. I am very excited to try the thermals on this since Apple declares that they have implemented a very advanced system that flows 50% more air even at lower fan speeds. Anyhow, putting the loose screws back into place, I do feel like this MacBook is refreshed and a lot more solid. I love how the thickness is very subtle at 15.5mm for the 14-inch, and the weight honestly isn't much different from the M1 MacBook even at 3.5 pounds. Right away for me, this seems like the perfect getaway powerhouse laptop. Should come in handy for video calls with this 180p video camera, and the microphone sounds relatively good. Let me know if you guys can hear me from here. Now the display is on a whole new level. First impressions while consuming content, the 24% decrease in bezel size is noticeable, and the colors on this 1000 nit mini LED display are insane. It does have a resolution of 3024 by 1964 pixels, which accounts for 5.9 million pixels in total. Just note that this all comes together in precisely a 14.2-inch display that offers ProMotion with adaptive 120Hz refresh rate still to be tested further. Okay, so truthfully, I haven't been this excited ever since the 2015 MacBook Pros, which means that I want to grab my editor's first impressions live on camera. Yo!
Yo.
You ready to see this?
Let's get it.
I know you wanted to change, but...
Oh, dude, it's so sleek. Oh, what the heck? They really did a remodel, huh?
yeah.
Finally, it's lifted. Oh, dude, thank God.
Feels different, huh?
Yeah, it feels like a completely different computer.
Corners are like different. Like if you close it, close it.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, see? It's like thicker.
It's thick. It's right. It's like wow, they really went with the straight edges, huh?
Yeah, it reminds me of the 2015 models.
Yeah, seriously, the bricks.
Did you see the keyboard? So nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It matches like the full monochromatic look.
Yeah.
I like that.
Here, I have a fingerprint.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, fingerprint
what
was
the heck?
changed. Yeah, now there's a notch, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Really? I like it. A lot of people don't like it.
It looks futuristic, but I don't know. We'll see.